Okay, so Sundus, I have a question. If I disobey my parents, will I automatically be in hell? What if they are pleased with me, but I'm not a very good daughter regardless? Does disobedience in one aspect lead to hell? Okay, so first of all, I would say that the status of parents is ridiculously high. Like, it's so high, it is insane. Like, when you think, like, just the way that the Quran says, you can't even say uff. Like uff is nothing. Like, if you think about, when you have arguments and fights with people and all this stuff, uff is nothing. Yeah, we're not even allowed to say that. So I would say that the status of parents is so huge. Okay. The first thing I would be asking is, like, why do you want to disobey your parents? Okay, why? Because you need to realize that in your parents' decisions and advice, there's massive barakah. And there's things that your parents understand that you do not understand. Trust me. Like, before I had children, I thought of my parents in one way and I thought of parenting in one way. But now that I have my own children, Alhamdulillah, like, I think of parenting so differently. I think of my parents so differently. So I would say, like, once you have children, that's when you're going to start to get a bit of the weight of what your parents are saying. Now, if you disobey your parents, like, I don't know the exact things about what they're saying and will you go to hell and all this kind of stuff, but I would say that you shouldn't even be thinking about hell, right? You should be thinking about, how can I get a win-win? So one of the 7 habits of highly effective people is think win-win. So this is about, how can I get what I want and how can I make sure the other person gets what they want? Because usually the parents are telling you, look, go and do this because they believe this and they believe that. Right. And sometimes, unfortunately, with leadership, this is what it's like. Sometimes someone's leading you and you don't agree with their decision, but you've just got to follow it because there's barakah in the decision of the leader. So, like I said, I don't know what this kind of relates to, but I would say always try and obey your parents. If you want to do something different, I would say go back to dialogue. Forget silence, forget violence, go back to dialogue. Try and speak to them. Try and speak to them and try and get them to a place where they understand your position and try and get them to agree that, look, mom, dad, you think this is the right thing, but this is the way I feel, this is what I think, and I know you don't understand, I know you don't get it, but I really need you to support me on this thing because this thing is so important to me. So I would say speak to them and see what happens. Okay, also, Sundus, if you feel like you're not a good daughter, I would say that that's a good thing. Okay, not that you're not a good daughter. The fact that you're thinking about being a good daughter and how do I become a good daughter, all this stuff, this is wonderful because it shows that you actually care and it shows that you want to be a good daughter, right? So I would say use that to fuel you to become a better daughter. Do not go the other way. This is Shaitan's way. Shaitan's way is, oh, you know what? You're never going to be a good daughter. Forget it. Leave him. Do whatever you want. Okay. Do not follow Shaitan. The best thing you can do is say, yeah, I do want to be a great daughter. How do I be a great daughter? And inshallah, if I'm a great daughter, I know I'm going to have great daughters as well, inshallah.